Hi everyone, time for Karen's Tips. I talk a lot about the need for proper color contrast in your home, whether it is the wall, the floor, kitchen cabinets, or even furniture. It's important that the colors be able to distinguish one thing from another so that you're not running into them. Now, whether you have some kind of a condition or a disease that affects your vision and its ability to process light, or you're just aging, as we all age, our ability to process light is diminishing. So it is important to set ourselves up for success. And one way we can do that is by making sure that we bring adequate contrast into the home. Today, I'm going to show you some paint samples and show you what to look for. There is a very important number that you can look at on paint chips. This is available for flooring as well, although I've never actually seen it in the information for flooring, but it is available. So ask your sales rep for this particular number for any flooring you're considering. It is called an LRV number. LRV stands for light reflectance value. In other words, how much light that particular color of paint or flooring reflects. A number of 0 is black. It's reflecting nothing. It's reflecting no light at all. On the other end of the spectrum, 100 is reflecting absolutely everything. So that would be a pure white. I went to my local home hardware store and I got some paint chips to show you, some lighter ones and some darker ones. And they're a nice, big, generous paint chip size. I'm also sitting beside an open window and it's a nice, bright, sunny day. So it's a good day to be looking at colors. Now, here's what you want to do. You take the color and you turn it over, and up here, right in this corner, up here, you will see an LRV number. You see that one? This particular one says 29.1. This has an LRV of 29.1. We go to a darker color, 15, 15.3. Now you will find that some manufacturers will just give whole numbers. Beauty Tone, which is the home hardware brand of paint, gives the decimal points as well for a more accurate color. This is a blue with red undertone, and it has a light reflectance value, an LRV of 41.28. Now, on the lighter end of the spectrum, here's one called Cup of Kindness. Who gets to come up with these names? Anyway, this says 83.79. So that's pretty high up there. That might be one of the highest ones that I've got. Yes, it is. The rest are all in the 70s. So that's a pretty light color. Now, if you are in a paint store, and let's say you want to paint your kitchen cabinets this color. Blues are very hot for kitchen cabinets, usually a darker blue. Probably something more like this, although that's not a blue. Blue with green undertones. Well, let's start with this one. This blue with green undertones, something like this is very trendy right now. It has a light reflectance value of 20.52. Now, the typical spread in LRV numbers is thought to be 20 points. I'm more comfortable with 30 points. I like a 30-point difference just because it is that much extra contrast. It doesn't generally make a huge difference to the grander color tone, but anything that can make a difference to contrast is important. So I like 30. Now, this has an LRV of 20. You cannot go lower. You can go 20, which is black. That would be black. Would be the only color to hit the 20 LRV spread. I like a spread of 30, so there is nothing darker that is going to contrast with this that's going to make me happy. You're going to have to go up. So 20 plus 30 is 50. you are looking for a color of at least 50. Now, my lighter colors are all in the 70s and 80s, but let me just, we'll go to this blue one because this is actually a fairly dramatic difference. In this blue one, it's called Tinseltown, Tinseltown. Red undertones are in here. It is a light reflectance value of 41.28. You could go down, if you subtract 30 from 41, you're going to get 11. So from 0 to 11, you could choose a darker color that would contrast with this quite nicely. If you wanted a lighter color, then you would have to add 30. So 41 plus 30 is 71. Now, let me look. This is called Whisper. And it has an LRV of 70. So a little bit less than what I would like. Okay. We would like at least a 30-point spread. So that is this one. Can you see the difference in that? Let me put these together somehow so that you can see these. If I put these all together, can you see the difference in that? There is just that little bit of extra difference in this one that makes the contrast just a wee bit better than this one. Can your eye pick that up? This is a 70, and this is a 71. It's a subtle difference, but it is just enough. It's just that little bit lighter that it would really help eyes that cannot see color particularly well. All right, so that is how you do that. Now with this one, this is very popular this year. This is called Raw Refined. Love these names. And it does actually look like refined sugar. This has an LRV of 29.1. As you can see on the back there, 29.1. And for those who may be asking, I don't know what the LRV is on my nails. They're cute, huh? Anyway, 29.1. So you are not going to be able to get a color that is darker that will contrast with this adequately. I mean, it would be black, but why would you do that? Black is not going to do it. So you need to add 30 points. So 29 plus 30 is 59. You need something with an LRV of at least 59. And I don't have something in the 50s here to show you, but that's basically how you do it. You'll look at the LRV of your favorite color, the base color that you're choosing. And as you're choosing your accent color, you're either going to go up or down 30 points from this LRV number that is on the back of the paint chip. Now, if you go into a store that has tiny little paint chips and there isn't room on the back for that information, ask the store clerk. They may get out that giant paint deck that you probably see very often. And on the back of that, the LRV numbers will be there. Do not let them talk you into something that doesn't have the proper spread of contrast. You will not be doing your eyes any favor. You need at least 20, so some say. I'm saying you need at least 30. You need at least 30-point spread from your favorite color to the accent color. Do your eyes a favor. Pay attention to that LRV, and you'll be happy for years to come. That's Karen's tip for today.